Okay. Oh, here it comes. Here it is. I knew it. I just knew it. Jumping right up in there. Well, it's a cold day here in Nevada, but it only sprinkled, snowed a little bit. And not very much, although we are supposed to get some more. Nothing like anybody's getting back in Texas or anything else. So power's still fine, all that. And so we're doing okay there. And all my Texas subscribers, I'm sorry. I see how bad you guys have it down there. I wish there was something I can do. I can't exactly send you a bunch of warm blankets and stuff, but oh well. Anyway, we're all thinking of you. And we hope the weather gets better for you guys. It's supposed to get better for us next week. Uh-oh. Duke's going to scratch the tripod. It may start to move by itself in a minute. Dookie! Stop! Yeah, you. He's looking up at me. Yeah, see, there he goes. Bumping it again. Scratching. Duke, stop. Stop, Dookie. Anyway, today I had to go ahead and trim his claws today. His claws were starting to look like fish hooks. They're like this. So I had to go ahead. Not his back claws. Those are all fine. They're nice and straight. But his front claws, his front paws. So everything he was jumping on, like my bed where I have a blanket or towel down for him, he was grabbing onto that and couldn't get loose. So basically I had to go ahead and trim all of his claws back. Unfortunately, with the dog, that means he can't go ahead and stick his claw inside the dog's ear. But he does it all the time when he wants him to stop. But anyway, so at least I got that done today. But the other thing that happened was I was checking on my chart, and it wasn't so much on my chart, but the tests I've done, and they had an update on my bone marrow biopsy. And on that, it said, basically what it says was, I do not really have CLL leukemia. In fact, they're saying what I have is closer to Hodgkins Lymphoma is what I have for a blood disease. I do not have any active growing tumors anywhere. It's just in my lymphatic system. So anyway, I got a call into the doctor's or scheduler, his nurse scheduler today, and I haven't heard back from her. I told him, I said, well, have him give me a call and find out what's going on. I still haven't even seen the results of the PET scan I did, so I don't even know what else is affected. So anyhow, so she's going to go and check with him, and then he's supposed to either get back with me or video something, video chat, whatever that thing is. Telechat, I think I'd call it. I don't know. Anyway, so all kinds of fun going on here. And again, I don't feel any different than I did before, so it doesn't make any sense to me at all. And but I was looking at this Hammerland HQ100A again, and the strange thing about that is I started checking all the tubes, pulling tubes out. I used deoxit in all the sockets anyway and put them all back in. And I started looking. All those were Hammerland tubes. Every last one still had a perfect stencil on it from Hammerland. All except for two. It was a voltage regulator, and OB2, and I think the other one was, I forget now, some kind of a mixer or something. I don't know what it was. But those were the only two tubes. All the other tubes in it are all Hammerland tubes. And if that's the case, those tubes are either made 1959 through 1962 at the newest. So basically they're like, 10 years younger than me. They're 60 years old, the tubes that are in there, the original ones. So that's going to be interesting. I'm surprised it does anything, to tell you the truth. But yesterday, after I used deoxit on it and cleaned it up, I ran it back through the broadcast band. I got a bunch of stations, not just one. It does sound like it's got a bit of hum, so I'm going to have to change the electrolytics in it. And basically I'm just going to cut them out and then put you know, new ones in. But I think it's a 60 and a 40 microfarad at 450 volts or something like that. I don't know. I may be going, you know, 50 or 100 microfarads. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But I did mount a terminal strip in there so that I'm going to go ahead and get ready to cut the other stuff out, and then I'll wire it all together on a terminal strip. Oh, ow! The dog just jumped off of me. I guess he's going running after the cat. So anyway, what we're looking at, and tilt down, and I'll turn this other light on, and we'll see if this light works. This is the other portable one, and I don't want to turn it all the way up. Oh, I guess it's as low as it's going to go. Okay, well anyway, the area we're looking at is over here in this top corner anyway, so I can get in there. Oh, there it is. And there's the terminal strip, and there's where the electrolytic is. So I'm just going to cut that wire out and that off the electrolytic, and then I'll wire them back over to here, and then the other negative side will go to the ground, either there or there's a couple of ground points on here. It looks like kind of weird. They actually soldered all these for grounds right to the chassis. It's kind of hard to do in aluminum, but anyway, I used a screw from up here to just to bolt it right next to the place where they soldered it, right next to the audio output transformer. And so that's what I'm going to do, is see if I can, I don't know if I can cut it off with these. They're small, but I don't know if I can get in there with them. I have to move the light around so you can see it, probably. Probably fuzz out every time I try to go ahead and do that, though, because it'll try to focus and then it won't see anything. Yeah. Yeah. Well, can't go that way. Got to find a way to get in there. Can't cut that wire. I just want to cut it right off. Let's see if I can do that. I don't know. Yeah, it's moving, but I don't know if I can cut it. But you know what? Oh, wow, that sucker's tough. And let's look at that. Well, I'll have to get my other bigger dikes, I think. But anyway, you get the idea. I gotta go and cut the wires off, because you don't dare leave. You don't know. It's not open, but then again, I don't know how good it is. There still does seem to be a lot of hum in it. But that's what I'm going to be doing anyway. So, and I have a whole bunch of electrolytics to choose from in this box, so I'm just going to find what I can use. And I do have the manual, and the circuit diagram. Actually, some 2 sheets. So, got that. So that'll be something I gotta do. Oh, and the other thing that happened was the other day I went ahead and my other computer I built, basically it kept shutting off. And it's a big desktop I have down below. I don't know if you can see it down there. It's the one, the blue one down there. It's glowing blue. And come on in. Here I am. Yeah, what was happening was, I finally figured it out. I had to take the entire thing apart. I had to go ahead and take the brackets off of it that were connected to the CPU and the heatsink. And I took it off and I checked and I found out what it was. Apparently, the brackets I had on there they were loose. They were not even contacting the CPU. So the CPU was getting up to 62 degrees centigrade. And it shouldn't get past 50. And as it is right now, I can leave this on for hours now, and it doesn't get any higher than 44 degrees centigrade. I checked it. But yeah, that's what it was. The whole thing was just, it was not tight. The brackets weren't tight enough. And the thermal grease was there, but it just was not contacted enough. It was left too big of a gap between the two. So after doing that, yep, everything works. So I'm back to having all my computers running, but I've got like, let's see, two desktops and 4 laptops and 1 Chromebook, not to mention my smartphone. But so I have enough stuff to choose from here. That's not a problem. But see, I can't really tell how good that's going to come out. Look, see, I angle this every way I can think of, and it still doesn't look like it's coming out. Looks like it's washed out all the time. But anyway, yeah, so I'm doing stuff here. Trying to stay out. I've had to go and pick up my granddaughter for a couple of days on Monday and Tuesday, so I really haven't been doing a whole lot. It's been going back and forth. So anyhow, that's going to be it from here. My next video hopefully will be doing something else with the HQ100A. At least I'll show you what I worked on and done it. But I have polished this chassis up, so it's all clean. I'll show you that one, next one too. So anyhow, that's going to be it for now. Talk to you guys later.